So welcome back. Another Motivational Monday. If your mind has felt busy lately, if your thoughts have felt scattered, if you've been carrying stress that doesn't seem to really turn off, well, guess what? Nothing's wrong with you. The mental noise is not a personal failure. It's a signal. And today I want to give you a simple framework that you can use every single day to create more mental peace, more clarity, and better weeks overall. So this concept that I'm talking about today really comes from Tony Robbins, who if you don't know who he is, you've been under a rock for the last 50 years. And if you do know who he is, you know that he's been a pioneer in the business, the self-improvement space for quite some time. And the more I keep going back to him, he just has so many great teachable moments that I can't get away from him. So this concept is from Tony Robbins. I encourage you to follow what he has out there. Perfect. But this is something that he teaches, and it revolves around 3 decisions. And these are 3 decisions that we make all the time, whether we realize it or not. So here's the reframe that I want you to hold today. Mental peace is not something that you find. It is something you decide, moment by moment. And those decisions come down to 3 things, okay? They come down to what you focus on, and from what you focus on, what meaning do you give that? And then what are you going to do about it? What do you decide to do next? Those are the 3 things you do all day, every single day. So let's break that down. The first decision is what you focus on. And your brain is always looking for something to lock into. It's how we are as creatures. We're looking for predictable habits as humans. And whatever you focus on starts to grow. So if you focus on what's missing, well, then you feel left behind. If you focus on what's wrong, well, you feel stressed. If you focused on the things that you cannot control, like the future, then you feel anxious. But if you focus on what you can influence, well, even something small, then your nervous system starts to settle. Mental peace doesn't come from fixing everything. It comes from narrowing your attention. So you don't need to solve your whole life today. You need to focus on what's right in front of you. That's the first lever. The second decision is what meaning you give based on what you're focused on. And this is where a lot of stress is created. The same situation can mean I'm failing or this is teaching me something. The same situation can mean this always happens to me. Or it can mean this is just temporary. Events overall are neutral. The meaning is what creates the emotion. And every time you give something meaning, you put emotion behind it. It's just who we are as humans. So first, what you focus on has to be given meaning. You have to give it meaning, and that meaning will create emotion. So what meaning are you giving it? When you assign disempowering meaning, your energy drops. When you assign useful meaning, your mind calms. And this doesn't mean pretending everything is positive and everything is great, everything is awesome. That's not what it means. It means choosing meaning that moves you forward instead of locking you up. And that's where peace comes from. Not denial, but perspective. I talked to my wife about this weekend. My son has a Medina pigeon. It's his pet. He loves this thing. He's had it for about 6 months. He loves this thing. And it'll sit there and go woo, 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 and make this beautiful little cooey sound. And my wife goes, man, that just really bothers me. It really bothers me. And I go, why? And she goes, because he's just down there cooing and Easton's not here to be with him. I feel sad for the bird. I said, well, where did you get that? She said, well, I looked it up online and it said that they're cooing for their person. I said, is that the only alternative? Could it mean that they're just happy? I said, have you looked at any other alternative explanation that could mean that it's just he's maturing as a male pigeon? She goes, I don't know. So she went through and looked it up, and guess what? She found where it says, hey, this cooing is actually a sign of happiness, that they're content in their environment. They're not scared. They're completely taken care of, and they do it for their vocal cords as a male continues to grow. So guess what that did to her mind? It relaxed it. Oh, okay. I don't feel so bad. That's a prime example of what I'm talking about, is that we decide what to focus on, the pigeon cooing. We assign meaning to it. Oh, I feel bad for it, because now my meaning was what? That he is calling for somebody. So I assign the emotion behind it. I feel bad for him. But if we dig deeper, we can find alternative meaning to that focus. Oh, it means that he's happy and that he's content and that he's perfectly normal. We do that all the time in our lives. We find something to focus on, then we associate meaning behind it. You can't focus on something without meaning. So we assign the meaning to it. Well, what meaning are you assigning to it? Either A, it could be negative. Oh, this always happens. Things always come in three. They always come in three. Bad things always come in three. Oh, that's 2 in a row. Man, everywhere I look, where's the third thing going to be? And then something bad happens. See, I told you. I told you it was going to happen. And then your mind relaxes because the third thing came. No. You assign the meaning. You assign the meaning. Focus, meaning, that creates the emotion. So the third decision is now, what are you going to do with it? And that's the hardest part, because action is one of the fastest ways to quiet the mind. And when you feel overwhelmed, the brain wants certainty. And action creates it. Not massive action, not fixing everything at once, just one intentional step. One conversation, one walk, one task, one decision. Doing something restores your sense of control. And control restores the mind. Have you ever been dreading a difficult conversation with somebody? Where you're like, gosh, I don't want to have to bring that up. It might be awkward, or it might be uncomfortable, and it might be hard. And you finally do it, and you have that conversation, and you went, whew, that wasn't so bad. And what do you do immediately? Who else can I call? I'm going to do all these right now. I'm going to get, man, that wasn't so bad. And you start finding all the people of the issues you've been avoiding. Let's just do that. Let's get that out of the way. Why? Because now you've associated different meaning with it, because action feels good. You feel that you're in a sense of control. Peace doesn't come from just waiting for motivation. It comes from moving with intention. Okay? So here's how this creates better days and better weeks. When you wake up, you decide what to focus on. When something goes wrong, you decide the meaning of it. When stress shows up, you decide your next move. Those 3 decisions, repeated daily, shape your inner world. And when your inner world is steadier, everything else improves. Your relationships, your workouts, your work, your sleep, your patience, everything improves when you reshape your inner world. So here's your challenge for the week. When you feel mental noise or stress rising, pause and ask yourself these 3 questions. What am I focusing on right now? What meaning am I giving this? And what is one useful thing that I can actually do next? That's it. Not 5 steps, not a complete overhaul, just 3 questions and a choice. So remember this, peace is not the absence of problems. It's the ability to stay grounded while facing them. So you are more in control of your mental state than you think. And it starts with the decisions that you make moment by moment. So I hope this week you will take those 3 steps, maybe rewatch this replay, apply this to your life. I want you to take those the next time that you're struggling with something, go back to those 3. What are you focused on? What meaning are you giving it? What's one action you can do now? All right, my friends, let's have a great week. Let's kickstart it right. Choose peace on purpose. I'll see you in the gym. I'll see you on 4%.